Hello everyone, GameGoddessFee here. Alright, I am back with more Ace Attorney. And I do have my boy Pluminator. So yeah, I hope you all enjoy. Thank you for watching. And yeah, I hope you all are having a wonderful Monday. And yeah, so I guess we'll get started. All right, so I have episode 2, the Stolen Turnabout. Let me start over.
Episode 2, Stolen Salad.
We have Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations, episode 2, the Stolen Turnabout, part 4-1 trial.
It's over, y'all. She already.
Hey, Game Queen 81, how are you? How you doing tonight? Oh yeah, I have a little announcement for you guys. If you are following the channel and you're liking the Ace Attorney content on here, the official Ace Attorney, they do have episodes out of what we've already done, and they also have the current episode we're on now. They have
on the record.
You did it! He's not guilty!
Thank you. This isn't right. I am the Phantom Thief. I swear it's true.
Well, if the defendant didn't do it, then who's the guilty party responsible? We're now without a suspect.
Whoever stole the urn must have been in the warehouse. It's the only thing that makes sense. But who was there at the time? Don't tell me. I believe I know who the thief may have been.
Oh yeah? Do tell us.
The culprit is the prosecutor's witness. The real mask to mask is Ace Detective Luke at me.
all right, I just wanted to show y'all a snippet of that. Yeah. So we're on that current episode. I haven't watched the all of it yet. But they have, I haven't watched it. I watched the second trial, up to the second trial. So, yeah, I'm just letting you guys know that. I'm doing good. I like your voice acting before, Pluminator. Better before. I like your voice acting better, Pluminator. I guess that's why I can't read that other word. All right, so let's go, y'all. October 14th, 9:41 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 4. Hey, Nick.
What is it? Oh, man. What is it this time?
You won't believe how many people are here for the trial.
Well, it is a murder case.
What are you talking about? They're here for the trial next door.
Next door?
Why don't you know this, Nick? They're having Detective Acme's trial today.
Detective Acme?
They say they're going to try him as Mask the Mask.
Already? That was fast.
Boy, I'd love to see Mask the Mask's trial. Hold on, Plum. Who is that?
I think I know who it is. I know. By the way, where's Pearls?
Oh, she went back home. She said she can't neglect her training anymore.
I know you don't like me. Pearls has really gotten into her training lately, huh?
Yeah, ever since that incident last year.
Please, don't ignore me!
Oh, Mr. Delight, good morning.
No one likes me. No one would notice me, even if I killed someone.
Come on, don't be silly. Wait a sec.
You don't mean you're the murderer? No, I'm just a poor thief. No, wait, that's not right. The thief can't really be poor. Now let's see. According to Mr. Delight, from his second crime on, he was following a bunch of set plans. Plans that someone had been sending to him help him commit the heist.
Do you really think there's a connection between the thief and the murder, Nick?
It's possible, but today's trial is a race against the clock.
Huh? How come? Let's just take our time like always.
I'm afraid that's not an option.
Oh, I have that YouTube channel in the description, you guys, if you want to check it out. All right, October 14th, 10 o'clock a.m., District Court, courtroom number 6. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Run Delight.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. You're ready? Preparation is the last refugee of the week.
Speak up.
I forgot his voice.
Okay, settle down, everyone. Let's begin with your opening statement, Mr. Godot.
Ugh, he's got the judge in the palm of his hand, yet again. Ron Delight is simply too young to be sent to war, that's all.
I'm afraid I have no idea what that means, Mr. Godot.
Then you need to get out more, Your Honor. Life is war, but that is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording. That's all my statement means. You understand now, right?
Yes, well then, let me briefly summarize the details of this case.
Wow, the judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change.
The victim is Kane Bullard, CEO of KB Security.
You guys laugh when you see him. Stop laughing.
His body was found in a safe at approximately 9 a.m. on the morning of the 13th. However, the time of death was estimated as 1 a.m. of the previous day.
And that's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball. That little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant.
That is a bad pick, Kane Queen 81. Very well then, Mr. Godot. Please call your first witness.
I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial.
17 cups. You should be up all night and all the next day.
But the first one is always the best.
Oh, Mr. Godot, your witness?
Okay then, let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, has to say for himself.
The defendant? Well, Mr. Wright, does the defense have any objections? It may be a bit of a disadvantage having the defendant testify, but...
I remember when Mia was defending me. She allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. She put a lot of trust in me back then. We have no objections, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. Delight to testify. You've got guts, try it.
All right, Mr. Run Delight, please take the stand.
You did it, didn't you?
Right off the bat.
Yes. What? No! That's not true.
For a moment there, I thought we set the record for the shortest trial ever. Well, Mr. Delight already looks plenty guilty with that face he's making.
And once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin. Very well. Now then, can you tell me something? If you didn't kill Bullard, why did you go to KB Security? Well, that's kind of hard to say. Boy, I wish I could go home.
Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened. Witness testimony, my visit to KB Security.
That evening, around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullet in his office at KB Security. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. I had been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was.
1 a.m., the exact time the murder took place?
The weak get washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up. Huh. It's bitter today, too. Just like my destiny.
You never know that from the way he's chucking it down. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please. Cross-examination, my visit to KB Security. That evening, around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security.
1 a.m., huh? You're absolutely sure about that? Yes, that's what my watch said when I was entering the CEO's office. No. Actually, I'm not really sure. My watch was slow and my eternal clock was also a bit.
1 a.m., that's the exact time the victim, Mr. Bullard, was murdered, correct?
It's too late for a coffee date, that's for sure.
The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there.
It ordered you there? It was the first time I'd gotten a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere.
Does that mean you gotten other blackmail letters then?
Oh, of course. They'd say things like, steal this, or take that. Why don't you say those for later, Mr. Delight? Please don't say more. Now, what should I do?
Press hard.
So what did the blackmail letter in question say? It said to bring $50,000. Money, perfect motive for committing murder. Oh, but wait! I never intended to pay that money anyway.
Oh, is that right?
After all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of.
An important point indeed. Witness, let's have that added to your testimony.
Yes, sir. Muddy Mud Skipper in outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do. The blackmail threat didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. Just what were you being blackmailed about anyway?
The blackmail letter said if you don't want your identity revealed, correct?
I'm sure it was referring to the whole master thing. But I wasn't worried. Mr. Bullet didn't have anything on me.
He didn't?
Anyway, I don't care what anyone says about me. Just as long as Desi believes in me. So that's why Mr. Light didn't believe he was Master Mask. That's why I knew they were just hollow threats.
I'd been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was.
You used to be a security chief for KB Security, right? Yes, that's right.
A security chief? You?
And yet, a year ago you were fired without notice. Revenge for no grudge, a perfect motive for murder, when you say. This isn't good. Maybe I should change the subject?
Life after being fired? Why he was fired? Don't say anything.
I like the last one.
Right.
Cause
Don't say
I
anything.
was joking.
Why he was fired? I want to know why he was fired. Or he want to change the thing, the line of questioning. He was fired, I guess.
Mr. Delight, please tell us why you were fired from your job. Well, the world is filled with those who have said, I wish I had never asked that. Okay, then take...
Defendant, please answer the question.
I needed money.
You needed money?
Well, you see, Desi loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby.
Not exactly the best hobby in the world, huh, Nick?
My salary wasn't nearly enough. So, I stole data from the company. Come again? KB Security has a lot of security info of all sorts of companies. Since I was a security team chief...
Look, he just...
You stole some data and sold it.
Oops. Look, we just got him in trouble, look.
Mr. Bullet found out and I was fired immediately.
What?
I wish I had never asked that. I was somehow able to keep it secret and made it seem like I had quit on my own.
What is it, Nick? You don't look so good.
Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You'd do well to remember that.
He sure told you. So you admit that you stole data from your company? Is that correct?
Yes, I'm sorry.
This is a very important fact. Please add it to your testimony.
Oh man, this whole thing just took a big turn for the worse. Crashed and blew up.
Yeah, we just dug our own grave, didn't we?
It's gonna take the jaws of life to rip this case from the clutches of disaster. He fired me for selling company secrets, but Desi doesn't know about that. Why would you do something like that? Well, for Desi's hobby, what else? Wasting money, huh? It's not a... Oh wait, this is... It's not a waste!
So Mr. Light doesn't know that her husband was fired, does she?
So it would seem.
I'm not sure what to think about couples who keep secrets like that from each other.
I can't believe it. This case has gotten even Maya to think seriously about couples.
Please try to stay focused, Mr. Wright. There wasn't much to his testimony there, was it?
Sounds like he's avoiding something. At least that's what it sounds like to me.
Uh-oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. You better be careful.
But if we don't find a way to make him spill the beans, we'll never get closer to the truth.
Yeah? That evening around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office. Oh, we already read this. All right, let's find the contradictions. That blackmail letter I got, ordered me to go there. The blackmail threat didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. I've been working for KB Security until a year ago. Let me see. Guess this doesn't have anything to do with nothing now. He was stealing,
What's that one statement?
which one?
The one I gave us options.
You want to do that one again? What statement was it? I think it was probably this one. You used to be a security chief for KB Security, right? Yes, that's right. A security chief, you? And yet a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge, a perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you say?
Nope.
That wasn't it. He fired me for selling company
I don't think
secrets.
it's very actually.
Why would you do something like that? Well, for Desi's hobby, what else? I wasn't on this. Wasting money, huh? Let me see.
It's over. I think it was the third one.
Let me see. Just what were you being blackmailed about anyway? The blackmail letter said if you don't want your identity revealed, correct? I'm sure it was referring to the whole mask the mask thing.
Who was him? Sis Tusk. I'm afraid that reason isn't going to hold up anymore. What do you mean? The victim had no proof the defendant was Master Mask. But you were the one who stole company secrets only 1 year earlier. But that was all over with once I was fired. But it is true that the fact I stole secrets was kept under wraps. Even so, there was no reason for me to pay up now a whole year later. Is that really true?
What is it, Nick?
The fact that Ron was stealing company data. I wonder if he would have had a problem if that ever became public knowledge. Oh yeah, he would.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yes, he would.
Mr. Delight, I believe you would have had it. Mr. Delight, I believe you would have been in considerable trouble if your identity as a company data thief was made public.
Mr. Wright? What are you trying to do by bullying your own client?
Men are like colonies of bacteria. The more heat you apply, the faster they grow. That's exactly right. Well then, feel free to keep up the heat, my little lawyer amigo. Little lawyer amigo? Yes, now come on, provide some evidence to back up your assertion. Why would Mr. Delight want to keep his data stealing secret from going public?
Really? Really?
Do all the work for me. Desi's the only one I care about. My Desi.
Look at he be giving me hints, y'all.
What you mean? What you mean?
How's Desi? He didn't want Desi to know.
I just felt like saying that.
Let me see.
Mr. Delight, what you said just now doesn't match what you told me yesterday. Huh? What doesn't? I think you must have been scared, very scared, of having a certain person find out your secret.
A certain person?
Miss Desiree Delight, the defendant's wife. Wow! But I... Listen to me. My Desi, she's... Looks like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins. Ugh, Godot! Yes, we know. It was all your wife's fault.
What do you mean?
Mr. Delight stole company data to pay for his wife's spending habit, for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him. And that is how this murder came about.
Oh,
No! Everything is falling neatly into place for him! Don't talk about my Desi like that! Or you'll be sorry!
Making threats? Well, it seems that we've learned a great deal of things here so far. What do you think, Nick?
I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes. Von Karma's not even here.
Clearly, there was a specific motive for murder. He stole data for his wife, and he killed to protect his secret. A family man who cared just a little too much.
The motive is clear. Let's move on. What happened at the crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. Delight? Come now, tell us. We're all ears.
Witness testimony at the CEO's office.
When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. When I came to, Mr. Bullet was lying there, dead. Looking like that. Looking like that.
I see. Suddenly hit on the forehead, huh? I believe the detective from yesterday provided similar testimony. He said that the mask struck him on the head from behind.
Of course, Sazami turned out to be the culprit himself. That was all fib. No one's gonna believe a pathetic fib like that. What are you saying? It really was attacked.
We'll find out if what you say is true or not during the cross-examination.
Got that, Mr. Trite. Don't go easy just because he's your client. If I see any sign that you're all, or I'll treat you to another cup of my special blend. You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Godot. I have faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it.
Cross-examination at the CEO's office. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there.
Who is this suspicious shadow? If there was 1,000 of me, and if even one knew, I'd tell you. Trust me.
His dodging all of our questions is not helping us win his case. Lord, jeez.
Okay, then how is the victim, Mr. Bullet, at that time? What do you mean by how was he? Was he already dead? Was he still alive? Maybe he was the one who hit you in the first place. That's a good question. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Forget it.
Right, I'm trying to ask you. Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed.
Your forehead? Yes, I was hit on the forehead as soon as I entered the room. It was an amazingly fast and powerful attack. Do you remember anything about who hit you? Well, like I said, it was a fast and powerful hit. So I think I was a little dazed for a while.
I don't think Mr. Delight even grasped what you were asking.
Yeah, I like to show him a fast and powerful attack myself. Maybe that would knock some sense back into him.
If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. Wearing what?
That? Could you please clarify what you were referring to? Why, my Master Mask costume, of course.
Wait just a moment. Master Mask?
Huh? Oh, did I forgot to mention it before? Just to be on the safe side, I dressed as Master Mask. And then I descended upon the office of the CEO of KB Security.
What? Nick, did you know about this? He never told me this.
I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me either. Even I didn't know that. Seems our little friend really loves to keep secrets. I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Wait, that's not right. You know how sometimes there's just... 6 cups of coffee is staring up at me totally.
At any rate, we can't ignore this new piece of information. Witness, please correct your testimony.
I'd have been killed if I hadn't been wearing my Master Mask costume. Why were you dressed up as Master Mask? Why? Because I'm Master Mask, of course.
What are you talking about? Master Mask's trial is being held next door.
Yes, I guess so. Anyway, at that time, I thought I was being blackmailed over the Master Mask issue. So I thought I should go as him just to be safe. Oh boy. Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that cape. That's why it took a lot longer than I'd expected. Took a lot longer? What is he talking about?
Press harder.
Press harder? What do you mean by took a lot longer? Oh, opening the safe, of course. My cape got caught in the safe door, you see. This all happened when I was hiding Mr. Bullet's body.
What? What's that? Back up a second.
Yes?
You were the one that hid the body in the safe?
Well, yeah.
Inconceivable. Why? Just why? What reason could you have? What were you thinking?
Question. When does someone toss their dirty shorts in the washing machine?
What?
The answer is simple. When they take them off.
As usual, I have no idea what you're saying.
Do you mean that Mr. Delight hid the body because he's the murderer? You're not as stupid as you look.
His metaphor this time was really obscure. Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you knew about this whole safe business, did you?
Well, yes.
Why am I the only one not in the loop here? Witness, make sure you add this to your testimony.
Yes, sir. Uh-oh. Looks like a storm front is moving in over the fair weather, Judge. I panicked and hid the body in the safe. It took about 10 minutes. Why did you hide the body in the safe anyway? Well, because it wouldn't fit in the drawer. That's not exactly what I meant. When I saw that corpse, I kind of lost it. I thought, if they find this corpse, they'll think I did it. Huh. I think you have a simpler reason than that. It's because you killed him. That's why you spent 10 minutes hiding the body.
That certainly makes more sense.
Hold on. 10 minutes?
What is it, Nick?
I just had a thought. Under those circumstances, would you normally try to hide the body? And spend 10 whole minutes to do it?
Under those circumstances? What circumstances? Oh. Hey, Nick, if you think his behavior was strange, why don't you present some evidence that will show just what those circumstances were?
That's it! I'll take a look at the court record and present some evidence.
What are you talking about?
His attorney's badge. His attorney's badge.
I'm talking about he was stealing as directed by... What they talking about? That's...
Wait, that...
This here, the buzzer went off at 1:02 a.m. We heard this from Mr. Delight yesterday, didn't we?
There's not much in his testimony either.
I bet you he's still hiding something.
I wouldn't be surprised. We'll just have to draw it out of him.
I just hope he doesn't make things any more complicated. We go to that, I guess the last statement. When I came to, Mr. Bullet was laying there dead. I panicked and hid the body in the safe. It took about 10 minutes. So this here.
Yeah.
Oops.
That's not when I see his profile.
I pressed the wrong button.
Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record?
And what might this be?
The record for the emergency buzzer that connects the CEO's office to security. If the button in the office is pressed, a security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m.
What?
If Mr. Ron Delight truly was the murderer, he would have ran as soon as that buzzer sounded. After all, the security guard would have been heading his way. Huh. Let's remember who we're dealing with here. You probably had no idea there was security personnel in the building. Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as chief of security. There's no way he wouldn't have known about them. But as it turns out, the guard never came. That was nothing more than a coincidence. The fact that the guard was a pathetic loser.
How you talking about his friend like that? Are they friends?
Yes. Who had just gotten punched in the face by his ex's new boyfriend. And wasn't anyone in the vicinity was not something Mr. Delight. And wasn't anyone in the vicinity was not something Mr. Delight could have known. Again, remember who we're dealing with here. It's a sure bet that Mr. Delight didn't even notice the buzzer going off. His buzzer is extremely loud. There's no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is.
Conscious? What do you mean by that?
Fine. Let's hear your theory.
I hate they keep showing that or playing that swallowing sound in my ear. Ugh.
He likes his coffee.
No.
We called the defendant's testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Delight said he felt dazed. I'm willing to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes.
Unconscious, so he fainted?
That's why Mr. Delight didn't know that the buzzer had sounded. And that's why he thought he had time to hide the body. So what are you trying to say? Mr. Delight was knocked out. The buzzer went off soon afterwards. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, it can only mean that there was another person in that room. That's right! Whoever it was that knocked out Ron Delight and then pressed the buzzer!
Order in the court, Mr. Wright. This is...
This is preposterous. It was this kid. Ron Delight is the one who killed Gang Bullard. Then who pressed the buzzer? It was... the victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. He didn't die right away. He must have held on long enough to push that button. Ah!
So Kane Bullet sounded the buzzer himself? What is your opinion on this, Mr. Wright?
I need to prove that the real criminal was there at the scene. But how? Can I prove that it wasn't K. Bullet who sounded the buzzer?
Let's see.
I'm not ready yet, Kato-chan! Again, not ready yet, Kato-chan.
What you mean?
No, you can prove it.
Found. Let me see. There are no fingerprints on it.
Yeah.
I can prove it, all right.
The defense's opinion is this, Your Honor. This piece of evidence proves that it wasn't the victim who sounded the buzzer.
Kind of death.
That dude, I don't know if he had gloves on, but why would he have gloves on?
Connected to the, well, what's this dude name? Look at me.
Look at me.
He testified he always had one.
Look at me. Look at me. You told me about that funny ass shit. That was shock.
I don't know if it's this or not, but let's try it.
I believe this is the piece of
incontrovertible.
I believe this is the piece of incontrovertible evidence you were looking for.
The emergency buzzer? Is there some kind of clue on it?
Absolutely not. Hey, come on now. At least give some thought to what you say before opening your mouth. The fact that there are absolutely no clues is itself the clue.
Now I'm the one who's clueless.
This button has no fingerprints on it. If Mr. Bullet had really pressed it himself, naturally he would have left his fingerprints behind. Oh, Delight obviously wiped them off. Why would he? A guard could have come in. Oh man, why would he? A guard could have come in any moment. He touched that button. I know he did. The defendant, Mr. Delight, was dressed as Master Mask. And Master Mask always wears gloves. What reason could he possibly have to have wiped the button for your fingerprints?
Phoenix got a point. Order, order, order.
It seems I've been forced to eat crow.
I wonder what blender number crow flavored coffee he is. However, if the real killer was there at the scene, why would that person press the emergency buzzer? Shouldn't they have run away without putting themselves in extra danger? They wanted him to be caught. What's with this awkward silence all of a sudden?
Looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks.
They're on to you, Nick.
Just give me a minute to collect my thoughts. The real culprit killed Mr. Bullet at around 1 a.m.
And Mr. Delight just happened to waltz in when the murder was taking place, right?
The killer clobbered Mr. Delight and then sounded the buzzer.
Even though the security was supposed to respond right away if the buzzer was pressed.
Security was supposed to respond?
Time's up, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you have to say.
Very well then. Oh, you've got some guts. I like that opponent.
Why did the real killer sound the emergency buzzer? To call,
Ooh, what does this
call
one
security.
do?
To call the security guard.
The killer knew that if they pressed that button, a guard would come running. And that was exactly what they wanted.
Do you mean to say the killer called the guard on purpose?
Yes, although as it turned out, he never showed up.
Because he was getting his clock cleaned at the time.
What a touching story. Saying the killer had a change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in? No, I'm not. When that buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in that office. The victim, Kane Bullard, who was already dead. The defendant, Ron Delight, who was out cold. And the third person, the real killer.
Hypothetically, yes.
Now then, in this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen? The only ones left in the room would be the victim and Ron Delight. And if any security guards came running in at that time, they would think that I was the murderer. Yes, that was precisely the real killer's objective. To frame Ron Delight for the murder.
Really, you had to drink the coffee then spit it out? Order, order, order.
It would seem. I've been made to eat my words once again.
Actually, you've been made to do a spit take with a cup of coffee.
Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it that tried to frame me? Wait a second. I'm the one and only Master Maso.
You mean the real killer is?
We're gonna drag that person in here right now.
But who is it?
I don't have any solid proof yet, but think about it. The killer knew Mr. Delight's identity, and they also knew that he had been called to KB security that night. So the killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Kane Bullard.
Now then, let's hear your accusation, Mr. Wright. Who was it that framed Mr. Delight for the murder of Kane Bullard?
It was Pearl Fay! It was Pearl Fay.
Yeah, we gonna put pearls. It was me.
I didn't see her at all yesterday. She said she went back to the Bullet Village, but she was actually murdering Kane Bullard at the time. No, we all know. Look at
me.
Look at him.
He's only 34?
He's 34? They're old.
Really?
Detective Luke asked me. He's the only one who could have done it. It's Detective Luke asked me?
You mean Master Mask did it?
Your Honor, the person being tried in the court next to us is not Master Mask at all. He is, in actuality, the true murderer of Kane Bullard.
Order. Mr. Wright, explain yourself.
Thief and murderer. Which is the more serious crime?
Theft and murder.
Yes, sir.
They're not even close. Murder is the more serious crime, of course. It's a capital crime subject to a capital punishment.
Please remember the trial from yesterday if you would. When Luke Atme confessed, there was a huge commotion in the courtroom. Of course, the famous detective was unmasked as well as Master Mask. Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along.
To be found guilty?
Master Mask had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was stealing the urn at Lord Lee Taylor. In other words, being found guilty as Master Mask was Luke Atney's airtight, watertight, and unassaloable alibi.
Whatever. A guilty verdict as an alibi?
No, it's almost time.
For what?
Luke Atney's verdict. It was a pretty simple trial after all. If we're going to stop this trial and stall that one, we need to do it now. Of course. That's assuming you have proof that the detective was the one who committed the murder.
Mr. Luke Atney's trial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. If we were to intrude and fail to provide adequate proof of his true crime, Mr. Delight would be left with no grounds for appeal.
Am I really sure about this? It's so good. Your life's the end. Mr. Wright! I believe in you! Mr. Delight. So please, I'm begging you! Thanks, but my decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this?
Phoenix.
What was that?
Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path of trust.
That voice. It sounds like Mia! Your Honor, the defense requested an immediate recess! So that's your answer, huh?
Very well, I've decided as well. This court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Luke Atney to the stand.
Yes, Your Honor.
October 14th, 11:58 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 5.
Well, Sir Detective Acme. I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly. Oh, no, Sir Detective Atney. You were the one who... You gotta voice your voice.
Now, who is this?
That's his brother.
It's his brother. That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. This court finds the defendant Luke Atney.
Wait! Don't hand down your verdict yet, please! Well, Sir Lawyer. Welcome to my courtroom.
Who's this hoser? Hey.
My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. And I wish to file an accusation against this man, Luke Atney. Accusation? You accused Master Mask? That man is not Master Mask. He's just a ruthless murderer.
What? He's sweating.
To be continued.
All right. I guess we'll continue tomorrow.
Oh, I want to do the whole thing.
You want to do the whole thing?
No, we can stop.
You want to do it? What y'all want to do?
How long have we been out here for?
An hour, 56 minutes.
Oh, okay, we can stop.
All right, so we can wait till tomorrow. How long is this trial gonna be?
I don't know.
Yeah, it might take 2 more hours. So,
Yeah.
all right, yeah, you know what it did the last time we tried. We was almost on there for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Gosh, but yeah, I'll say that one for tomorrow or whenever. But yeah, I appreciate you all for watching, and if you're liking what you see or you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I appreciate you. Go ahead and subscribe. Also, if you don't mind hitting that like button for me. And yeah, like I said, I have the link to the Ace Attorney's YouTube page in the description. So I believe they had the first trial. What was the first trial?
Turnabout Sisters.
No, it was the one
The
before
first
that.
trial, it's literally just the first Turnabout.
The first Turnabout Sisters. The one with when the police officer that was killed, Maggie or whoever her name was, Maggie. They had her on trial, and they also have this trial here where we're currently on there. So I believe they're on there for a limited time. I think until after the next game comes out, and then they'll take them away. So if you want to watch those, you can go ahead. And I'm giving them free.
Don't strike us and come pay us, because she just shields so hard.
No, I'm giving them free advertisements. So yeah, I didn't have nothing to do with it. They did not strike my channel. But anyway, I will talk to you all on the next one. You all have a good night.